Good morning, students. So today we'll see Unit 2, Implications of Building Technologies, Embodied Energy of Buildings. So in that you have a topic, Recycling of Building Waste. So we'll start with that. That is quite a simple topic. So in recycling of building waste, first we need to know how to minimize the construction waste material and demolition of buildings. So for that, we have to draw a waste management plan. Now why is prevention and management important? Because it results in additional environmental advantages of reducing transport of waste material to the landfill or recycling plant, decreasing atmospheric pollution and energy consumption. And what is minimization? Minimization is decreasing the quantity. In addition, you also decrease the hazardness of waste. So some chemicals which are used in construction, when you demolish, it may be hazardous. So you have to reduce that also. And again, you have to reduce and reuse it at the source. So the first step in waste minimization is waste management is minimization. And what are the steps to be followed when developing a waste management plan? So this is a flow chart. Minimization proposal, then measurement scenarios, final management, and ultimately you have to find the budget. So now if you reuse and recycle materials at the site of demolition, you can reduce or minimize the waste. So it can be reduced at the site itself. That is the ideal condition. The second one is demolition and new construction work, how it can be coordinated. So it can be coordinated by the following ways. Planning the demolition strategy, so how you are going to reuse and recycle the materials in the new project itself. And this has to be done by the demolition companies and developers of construction projects. And it has to be done in the initial stage of construction. You have to establish the areas of possible reuse of the recycled materials. So mostly use the rubble, the stones and the timber. Second one, exhaustive measurements of the building should be done to determine the quantity and type of waste materials that can be generated. And then you have to identify the toxic or potentially dangerous waste so that it can be separated and treated. And then you have to frame up an external waste management plan. You have to document on who are the waste managers and recyclers operating the proximity of the work. And after ascertaining the statistics of landfills, recycling centers, green points and sorting centers, you can finalize the external waste management plan. And next one is determination of different management scenarios. So first you have to plan what are the internal management elements required. So what is the number of and type of containers, what are the tanks needed for pollutants, fluids, etc. So using this you can reduce the surplus waste management cost. And finally you have to form the budget by identifying the most convenient scenario or the method. So this was about, and again after drawing the budget also you have to keep on monitoring the waste management plan. Okay, so this was about the demolition, the steps, the ways to be followed in demolition and new construction work. So coordination of demolition and new construction one. So next one is reuse and recycling of demolition materials. So what is recycled material? That is reprocessing of the existing materials is recycling. Now sometimes it can be remade into a different product or it can be remade in the same product. So the common construction examples, recycled aggregate is used as road submerged material, and crushed gas is also used for cement, for sand replacement. Can't be used for cement replacement, it can be used for sand replacement. And recycled materials can be acquired through the suppliers who are specializing in recycled materials. And what are the advantages of recycled material? I hope this slide is not clear, this page is not clear. But anyway, I'll tell you. So it is significantly cheaper than virgin materials and their ecological benefits. So we use existing materials and prevent all the negative ecological impact of creating or extracting the materials. You know what is the environmental impact of extracting a material, stand extraction, marble, etc. we have studied. And government continues to create and increase taxes on virgin materials. So first time material, virgin means first time. So now if you use recycled materials, it leads to further reduction in cost because there are no taxes on recycled materials. And disadvantage of recycled materials, there are no standard specifications available for recycled material, and it is difficult to determine the quality of recycled material. Next, reclaimed material. What is the difference between recycled and reclaimed material? Reclaimed material is not reprocessed. It is simply collected from a demolition site. It is resold. And so for reclaimed material, you have to explore the available materials at reclamation yards. So reclamation yards are available, so you have to explore the possible materials there. And what are the benefits? Again, the same one, less expensive, large ecological benefit, so same as recycled material. And disadvantage, here it is difficult at the sourcing itself. At the source you have to segregate, you have to find it, that is difficult. And they are very, reclaimed materials are very time sensitive, prices and availability. It keeps on changing on a day-to-day basis. So you have to be very careful with that. And you have to plan ahead. So planning ahead, last point is also applicable to that. You have to know the specific requirements, what you need, including what is the stress grading, what is the appearance, general amount and size, dimensions of the materials. So if you know all this, if you plan ahead, you can improve the sourcing process, the first step, how to segregate from the source. And also, it will be easier to source, and it is easier to determine whether the reclaimed materials are acceptable or not, are available first and then they are acceptable for our need. And the storage space can be a problem. You have to find a suitable storage space, and the quality is not guaranteed. The same disadvantage as for recycled material. I hope this was interesting. Okay, thank you guys.